Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Steve. This is the Fandom Show. It's great to be back. This is October, of course, so most of us are partaking in various Halloween festivities, including watching horror movies. And I wanted to talk about a few horror movie cliches that absolutely aggravate me to no end. Now, I understand that some movies do this stuff on purpose, that there are self referential horror movies and other movies that kind of lean on or completely shatter the fourth wall and are intentionally poking fun at this stuff, which is fine. But I'm talking more about movies who do it seriously, but you have characters that are still doing these ridiculous things. And for me, that grates on me because it just eliminates any chance I have really of suspending disbelief and actually, having any faith in what I'm watching. So I've got four major offenders. Let's go down the list and I'll give you my thoughts on this. So, number one, people who don't prepare. Okay, if you're going to a place in the woods for the weekend that has no cell reception, do you not think that you'd want to bring a few key things with you? Like, for example, a paper map, a weapon maybe, or something to defend yourself with, flashlights, extra batteries, matches, maybe some signal flares, things that you think might come in handy in an emergency situation. But no, characters in movies don't usually think to do that. They just head out there, and then once things get bad, it's like, oh my god, we're completely unprepared. What do we do? What do we do? I get that some people aren't very good at preparation, but I don't buy into the fact that you can have a group of people, 5 people or more, come to a place in the woods or an isolated place, and nobody thinks to prepare at all. Like, that just seems a little bit, drives me nuts. Also, tell people that you're going. I don't get these movies where a person will disappear and not tell a person where they're going. Even if you don't want most people to know where you're going, have a couple of very important people in your life that know. So just in case something does go wrong, they'll think to, I don't know, look for you or perhaps call the authorities to look for you. I know I'm crazy with that, but Okay, number two, ignoring red flags. Let me paint you this picture. You're going on a vacation in a small town. You arrive at the small town and you decide to stop at the general store to pick up a couple things on your way to your vacation rental. Right away, you notice two things. The general store is incredibly empty for the middle of the day. And number two, the guy behind the counter is creepy as all get out. Now, these might not necessarily be dire warnings. But if this was me, I would really be stopping and thinking at that moment. I would either get back in my car, turn around, and head back the way I came. I might go to the vacation rental, but you better believe I'd give it a really good look around and assess the situation before I decided to stay the night there. Now, I understand that in doing that, I might do myself in anyways, but that's what I would do in that situation. Now, a lot of the characters are like, okay, whatever. That guy wasn't that creepy. We don't, whatever. The store is empty. That doesn't matter. We want to go to this awesome vacation place. And on a side note, here's another horror movie cliche. If somebody offers you something at a very, very, very discounted price, that's usually a sign that there's something not quite right with it. So keep that one in mind. Number three, dumb decisions. The classic, there's a creepy noise in this dark basement that has no light in it. I'm going to go down there and check it out by myself. And, I'm going to do it unarmed because why not? Now, some people might grab a flashlight and get down there. Some people might even grab a baseball bat. Okay, but why? If there's something really creepy down there, don't go down alone. Find somebody to go down with you so you've got some backup. I get that some people are more fearless in the dark than others, but if you think it's a very dire situation, usually in most horror movies in this particular circumstance, people aren't alone. Have somebody go down there with you, again, for some backup in regards to what you're dealing with. If you go down by yourself, you're just setting yourself up for trouble. That's all I got to say about that. And finally, ignoring the guy who's trying to warn you that the situation is bad. I was watching a movie a couple of weeks ago about a haunted ocean liner. And these characters get marooned on this ocean liner. They're trying to figure out what they're going to do because their ship is gone. And one of the characters is like, guys, this ship is really creepy. We need to get off as soon as possible, any way we can. And the other characters are like, nah, it's not that bad. You're just imagining things. We'll figure it out. You're just overblowing it. But bear in mind, at this point in the movie, they've discovered some gold that they have no idea where it came from or whose it is. And their ship is mysteriously exploded when they tried to take the gold home with them. So there's already been some things going on that suggest, maybe something's not right with this situation. But they're totally ignoring the guy who's saying, hey guys, I have a bad feeling about this. I think we should get off this boat as soon as possible. Now, obviously, if they listen to him, there'd be no movie. And in real life, there are plenty of examples where experts have been ignored. This is also a trope that you see in disaster movies. So it's not like this is something that never happens. It just annoys me in a horror movie when a guy is saying this. And on top of that, things have happened that support what he's saying, and still nobody listens to him. So that's one that gets on my nerves every single time. Now, just so you know, there's a website called TV Tropes, and it's basically a massive database of all of these movie cliches and things that we've been talking about. So if you're ever curious about that, you can go on there and look up any cliche you want to, or you can even look up a movie, for example, Halloween or Friday the 13th or Nightmare on Elm Street, and it will tell you what cliches that movie uses. So that can be a fun little time sink sometimes if you're bored or what have you. But there's plenty more there that illustrates what I'm talking about. But again, there's some great horror movies out there. There's some not great horror movies out there. Sometimes these cliches can be done in an entertaining way, and other times they just grate on me. I do want to mention one more thing. I'm not a huge fan of horror movies that have buckets of blood. I understand that a slasher movie is going to have blood, but I prefer psychological horror movies because I don't think you need copious amounts of gore to have an effective horror movie and to efficiently scare people. And I have more respect for filmmakers that figure out how to scare people without using extreme violence, because I don't necessarily find extreme violence scary in most cases. I just find it to be kind of a put off, you know. I much prefer a genuine scary movie that goes minimalistic on the violence than one where it's just buckets of blood for the sake of it. So that's my statement on horror movies and the related cliches. I'm still going to keep watching them because some of them are, in fact, quite entertaining. I hope you are too. There are more things coming up on the Fandom Show very soon. I do thank you for watching, and I will catch you back here next week.